Hi, this week's STEM project is to build a prototype of a lava lamp. Later on in life, at university or as a job, you could become a geophysicist who studies the physical aspects of the Earth. Lava lamps are very interesting to look at, and they were a popular interior design feature in the 1960s. They are also interesting examples of buoyancy, density, gas transfer and solubility, all important physical properties that occur on Earth. Are a small empty plastic drinks bottle, some water, vegetable oil, food colouring, it can be any colour, but the darker ones work better, and a fizzy tablet such as an Alka-Seltzer. Hi everyone, so I've got my bottle, water, vegetable oil, food colouring. Now, what I bought, because the only thing was available, was the extra strong food colouring. I've worked out through trial and error, but when I've tried to do this before, it was just too gloopy, too strong to mix with the water. So what I did was I put a few drops into a jar or a glass and put a little bit of water in and then whisked it with a spoon or a whisk. Just make sure that it doesn't go over your clothes or anything like that. And I've also got the water-soluble tablets. Start by filling the bottle about a quarter full with water. Next, pour the vegetable oil in the bottle until it is almost full. You may want to use a measuring jug with a spout or a funnel to do this. You'll have to wait a couple of minutes for the oil in the water to separate. The reason the oil floats on top of the water is because it is less dense or lighter than the water. This is known as immiscible liquids. Next, add a few drops of your favourite food colouring. Watch as the colour sinks through the oil. Did your drops of colour mix with the water immediately or float in between for a few minutes? The food colouring has the same density as water, so it sinks through the oil and mixes with the water. This is known as miscible liquids. Now it's time to break your fizzy tablet in half and drop part of it into the bottle. Get ready, here come the bubbly blobs. When you add the tablet, it sinks to the bottom and starts to dissolve. As the tablet dissolves, it makes gas, CO2, stands for carbon dioxide. The gas or the air is lighter than the water, so it rises upwards. The air bubbles bring some of the coloured water with them to the top. When the air comes out of the coloured water blobs, the water gets heavy again and sinks. Ooh. So I need to make sure when I fill it up, it's not all the way to the top of the bottle. But it's bubbling away, all this gas is being released. And you can see the bubbles, as it's releasing, they get denser again and sink to the bottom. Then they gather with the Alka-Seltzer with gas and they rise, then they release, and then they come down again. So this is the fun lava lamp. Let's put in another half. Is that going to stay at the top? Let's try and get that down. Oh, it's not going to. Then maybe put on the lid, see what happens here. How about putting in a whole tablet? So let's take off the lid and let's submerge that. Let's put the lid on. Whoa, it's really... Wow. A lot more ferocious with the lid on. Gosh, the pressure is building up. I hope it doesn't break the bottle. What if I just... God, blimey. I'm going to have to take that to a sink, otherwise it's going to go everywhere. It's quite cool, isn't it? You've created your own lava lamp. You can even get a flashlight, turn off the lights and drop in another half a tablet. This time, shine the flashlight through the lava lamp when the blobs are bubbling. It looks pretty cool. It does this over and over again until the tablet is completely dissolved. Now time to evaluate your work. What happens if you put the cap on after dropping the fizzy tablet in? What happens when you drop a whole tablet in? When it stops bubbling, try to sprinkle some salt into your lava lamp. What happens then? I look forward to hearing about your findings. One of the most interesting features of a real lava lamp is the way that the globes float around. But why does this happen? You know that the globes of oil are less dense than the surrounding liquid, and you know that the globes and the liquid are immiscible. So why don't the globes just rise to the top of a lamp and stay there? Well, lava lamps are designed in a way that the temperature at the top is a bit cooler than at the bottom. And what happens to the molecules when they cool down? That's right, they lose energy and move closer together. So when a globe reaches to the top of a lava lamp, it contracts, i.e. it comes together. It becomes denser from the surrounding liquid and then begins to sink. When it reaches to the bottom, the whole cycle repeats itself. A lava lamp is an example of convection current. Convection currents cause liquids and gases to rise and fall because of the changes of their density. There are convection currents all around you, even in the Earth's crusts. You'll learn a lot more about that next year when you come to Cardinal Newman Catholic School. Look out for the next project. Bye.